Test review, accelerated geometry, advanced algebra. Number 17, we're still finding roots. This one was a little bit more challenging because this time we have power of 4 instead of just a squared term. It's not really a lot different though. What you do is you still look for the greatest common factor. If there is one, in this case it's x. That's going to leave us x cubed minus 125. Recognizing that we now have a perfect cubed. Perfect cubes. And remember, a cube means that you're going to take something and multiply it 3 times. X times x times x gives me x cubed. 5 times 5 times 5 gives me 125. On page 104 in the Accelerated Geometry book, it gives you the formula to break this down. Because this is negative, in the book it has the positive, but you just switch the signs. So we take, this is now our A, and this is now our B. So I'm going to have x minus 5 times x squared plus 5x plus 25. This I can't factor in a t-chart. So I'm going to have to go ahead and use the quadratic formula to get this part of it. Because I have a 4 here, I have 4 solutions. One of them is going to be here, x equals 0. Another one is here, x equals 5. And then I'll have to use a quadratic formula to find this part of it. So I have a equals 1, b equals 5, c equals 25. Minus 5 plus or minus the square root of 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 25 all over 2. I'm going to leave off the 1. We're multiplying by a, but it's just 1, so I'm just going to leave that. So that gives me minus 5 plus or minus 25 minus 100 all over 2, which will give me negative 5 plus or minus. This is going to become negative 75. I take the I out. What else can I take out? If I have 25 times 3, I can take out the square root of 25. So I can have 5i root 3 all over 2. And this is my other 2 solutions because this is plus and minus. So I have 2 solutions here and 2 solutions here. Is x to the 4th plus 4x squared minus 5 equals 0. Again, recognize that because I have a 4 here, I'm going to have 4 solutions. However, I have a squared term here, so this really isn't much different than when I just have x squared and x. The difference is that when I do my initial factoring, I'm going to have an x squared term here. But I can still do my t-chart for my negative 5 and my 4. If I have negative 1 times 5, that will give me 4. So this would be negative 1 plus 5. But I have difference of 2 squares right here. So I'm going to just bring over my x squared plus 5. There isn't anything more that I can do with that at this point. But then I'll have x minus 1 times x plus 1. Now I need to set each one equal to 0. So I have x squared plus 5 equals 0. Subtracting 5, I have x squared equals negative 5. So square root of x squared equals the square root of negative 5, which gives me x equals plus or minus I root 5. There's two of my solutions. My other two solutions are going to be x equals 1 and x equal negative 1. If you get an x cubed, x squared, x to the fourth, don't let it throw you off. Just think about this. What do I already know and what can I do with it? 19 x cubed minus 7x squared plus 12x equals 0. Again, we might look at this and say, x cubed, oh no, what do I do? But no, look. We have greatest common factor of x. So we can factor that out. And that'll leave us with x squared minus 7x plus 12, which looks like it might be factorable. Let's see what we can do with that. 12, negative 7. Ooh, how about negative 3 and negative 4? Negative 3 plus negative 4 equals negative 7. So then this is going to give me x times x minus 3, x minus 4, and that's all equal to 0. So I have x equals 0 from my first term, x equals 3 from my second term, and x equals 4 from my third term. And that's what I expected, was 3 answers because I had x cubed. 20. Everybody's going to want to know who it was. X squared minus 4x plus 13 equals 0. Can we factor that directly? No? Well, let's just go to quadratic then. A equals 1, B equals negative 4, and C equals 13. So negative 4 is going to be positive 4, plus or minus square root of negative 4 squared is 16, minus 4 times 1 is 4, times 13 is 52. Divided by 2, because our A is 1. 16 minus 52 is, what is it? 36. 36? Negative 36? Okay. 4 plus or minus square root of negative 36 over 2 equals 4 plus or minus 6i over 2. And if you watch the other sections, you should know what I'm doing. And if you don't know how I got from there to there, back up and watch the section before this. 2, we're reducing now, plus or minus 3i.